So guys, welcome to the channel once again. In today's video on our JAMB Biology Exam Revision Series, we have 14 questions to answer on the topic sex-linked characters. So guys, ensure to stay till the end of this video. Also, if you feel you want to answer any question here before we provide the answer, feel free to pause the video and go ahead and try to answer the question before we provide the answer right after that. So let's start with the first question here, guys. The question says, a couple has 10 children, all female. Which of the following best explains the situation? A, the woman is not capable of producing male children. B, the sex determination was by the man's X chromosome. C, the man's sperm count is low. D, the sex determination was by the man's Y chromosome. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option B. That's the sex determination was by the man's X chromosome. So I believe you already know by now that the females have an XX chromosome, whereas the males have an XY chromosome. So sex determination is always by the male. This is the fact that the female will always donate one of the X chromosome from the XX during reproduction, whereas the male is capable of donating either an X or a Y. So if the male donates an X, then the baby or the offspring becomes a female, whereas if he donates a Y, then the offspring becomes a male. So in this situation, for them to have 10 children, all females, it means the man has been donating an X chromosome, so which entails that the sex determination was by the man's X chromosome. So let's look at the next question, guys, and that's question number 2. It says, all the sons of a colorblind woman will be colorblind, regardless of the state of the father, because A, sons inherit the sex chromosome of their mothers. B, the father's sex chromosome is weaker in sons. C, sex-linked traits express dominance in females. And D, the egg determines the phenotype of the son. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option C. That's sex-linked traits express dominance in female. So guys, color blindness is a sex-linked trait, and we know that sex-linked traits are always X-linked, which means they are carried by the X chromosome. So due to that fact, since the man is an XY and the woman is an XX, now if they are to give birth to sons all true, the only person that has the ability to donate an X chromosome is the female or the woman. And in this situation, the man will only donate Y chromosomes. So for the woman to donate only the X chromosomes, and it's seen phenotypically in all the children, this shows that this feature is dominant in the X chromosome. So the sex-linked traits express dominance in the female. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option C. So let's look at the next question, guys. So that's question number 3. It says, a feature associated with the Y chromosome in humans is A, facial hairs, B, enlarged breasts, C, prominent fingernails, D, long eyelashes. So guys, the Y chromosome is used for the male, so it indicates the male features. So if we look at the whole idea in these options, you realize that the only feature here that is expressed by the male chromosome is the facial hair. However, this chromosome will suppress the enlargement of breasts and so on. So guys, the answer to this question is option A, and that's facial hair. So let's look at the next question. Question number 4, it says, which of the following characters is not sex-linked? A, baldness. B, hemophilia. C, colorblindness. D, river blindness. So guys, the answer to this question is option D, and that's river blindness. So river blindness is not a sex-linked trait. It's actually caused by a parasitic worm that is transmitted, and it's transmitted through the bite of the black fly. So guys, the answer to this question is option D. Let's look at the next question. That's question number 5. It says, sex-linked character cannot be passed on directly from A, mother to daughter. B, mother to son. C, father to daughter. D, father to son. So guys, the answer to this question is option D, and that's father to son. The sex-linked character cannot be passed on directly from father to son. So let's look at the next question, guys, and that's question number 6. It says, if the pairs of alleles for baldness is given as BB, that's heterozygous B, a female carrier will be denoted by A, XB, XBY, then XB, that's homozygous dominant, then XBY. So guys, the answer to this question is option A. The female carrier will be denoted by XB, that's heterozygous XB. So actually in genetics, this notation represents a female who is a carrier for a trait of an X-linked character. So in this situation, option A is the correct answer. So let's look at the next question. That's question number 7. It says, an example of a sex-linked trait is the A, hemophilia. B, ability to grow long hair in females. C, color of the skin in humans. D, ability to roll the tongue. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option A. Hemophilia is a sex-linked trait. So let's look at the next question, question 8, and it says, an example of a sex-linked trait is the A, hemophilia. B, color of the skin. C, ability to grow long hairs in females. D, ability to roll the tongue. So guys, we've answered this question before now, and the answer to the question is option A, and that's hemophilia. So let's look at the next question. That's question number 9. It says, the sex-linked defect in which every slight cut produces severe bleeding is known as A, hemophilia. B, hemolysis. C, anorexia. And D, anemia. So guys, the answer to this question is option A, and that's hemophilia. Hemophilia is a sex-linked defect in which every slight cut produces severe bleeding. So we have question number 10 here. It says, sex-linked genes are located on A, X chromosome, B, X and Y chromosomes, C, Y chromosome, D, homologous chromosomes. So guys, the answer to this question is option B, and that's X and Y chromosomes. Sex-linked genes are located on both the X and Y chromosomes. These are the chromosomes that determine the sex of an individual. So genes that are carried by either sex chromosome are said to be sex-linked. So in most cases, the X chromosome is usually associated with sex-linked characters. So let's look at the next question. That's question number 11. It says, the inheritable characters that are determined by a gene located on the X chromosome is A, recessive, B, sex-linked, C, homozygous, D, dominant. So guys, the answer to this question is option B, and that's sex-linked. So let's look at the next question. Question number 12. It says, which of the following is responsible for determining the sex of an individual in humans? A, autosomes, B, sex chromosomes, C, haploid chromosomes, D, homozygous chromosome. So guys, the answer to this question is option B. The sex chromosomes are responsible for determining the sex of an individual in humans. So we have the X and the Y chromosome, where the female has an XX, and on the other hand, the male has an XY. So these sex chromosomes help to determine whether an individual is a male or a female. So guys, we're going to consider the next question. That's question number 13. It says, at what stage of the history of a mammal is the sex of an individual set? A, at birth, B, at adolescence, C, at puberty, D, at conception. So guys, the answer to this question is option D, and that's at conception. Sex is determined when fertilization takes place, and this is regarded as the stage of conception. So guys, the answer to this question is option D. So finally, we are going to consider the last question here, guys. And that's question number 14. It says, which of the following statements is true regarding sex-linked traits? A, sex-linked traits are inherited only from the mother. B, sex-linked traits are not influenced by hormonal factors. C, sex-linked traits are located on the sex chromosomes. D, sex-linked traits are more commonly observed in females. So guys, the answer to this question is option C, and that's the sex-linked traits are located on the sex chromosome. So sex-linked traits are usually located on the sex chromosome. So guys, that will be all for this video. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're not yet a subscriber. Also, you can help us by sharing this video with your friends to enable us reach out more people. If you have any question regarding this video, please drop your question on the comment section below, and we'll ensure to give you a response. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.